Okay, so we'll just have a little look at the skills that we are hopefully going to acquire by the end of this topic. So by the end of this chapter, you should be able to use the circle of transformation to identify an appropriate transformation to linearize a scatter plot. We're going to have a look at that circle of transformation next. I should be able to apply a square, log, or reciprocal transformation to linearize a scatter plot. And I should be able to fit a least squares regression line to a linearized scatter plot and use its equation to make predictions. Now, I know that you can all now find a regression line. Where people do have some troubles with this topic is interpreting that regression line with respect to those variables that we have transformed, okay? And you'll see what I mean when we get going. Okay, so looking at the circle of transformations, and look, I don't expect you to necessarily memorize this. You'll need to have this in your exam book. You'll need to be able to recognize when you see like a curve like this, what are the possible transformations that I would use to linearize that. And depending on what quadrant you're in, what quarter of the circle you're in, will determine what transformation you're going to use, okay? Now, in each case, as you can see, there is more than one transformation that could work. And the other thing to make note of is that these transformations only apply to scatter plots with a consistently increasing or decreasing trend, okay? And you'll see what I mean on the next slide when we look at some examples. Okay, so I'm going to flick back and forth a little bit here, but using the circle of transformation, which types of transformations could be used to linearize the following? So if we just look at the shape, let's just have a look at the shape of A. And if we look at the shape of A, like I can see a curve that I would think would fit with that lower left, quarter of the circle, okay? Let's go back and have a look here. So I would say that that data sort of fits in mostly with this bottom left corner. So for that data, if we want to transform or linearize that, we could use log y, 1 on y, which is the reciprocal transformation, log of x, or reciprocal of x. So there's actually 4 different transformations that we could try to linearize that data. For B, now here we see with B, really this isn't trending in just one way, is it? It's coming down here and back up here. So the answer to B is actually none. There's no transformation that I can do for B, so the answer is none. For C, again, have a look, see what you think, but I would say that is the bottom right quarter of the circle. Let's have a look. So I think this matches here. And so in this case, the transformations you would choose, you could either have log y, 1 over y, the reciprocal, or an x squared transformation. Now, keep in mind, you often won't have to choose. You'll often be told which transformation you're going to use. And for D, the last one, as you can see, this looks like the top right-hand side of the circle, doesn't it? Part D. Let's go back and have another look. So for this one, the possible transformations would be squaring the y-axis or squaring the x-axis.